Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Legacy Evolution unreleased deco. This is G2 Universe Sideswipe. So for this video we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're then going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We can then do some comparisons with the original owner of the mould. We've then got an original Generation 2 Sideswipe, and funnily enough the newer version of that as well, to do some comparisons, as well as of course bringing in some of the other figures from the Toxitron toy lineup, just to see how the display is starting to come together. So as I start to pack all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. And also to thank Hasbro Pulse, because that's who I purchased this from, and as you can see they got him to me nice and quickly. Now we've got to take a couple of seconds just to appreciate this crazy color scheme on the box. I mean, if you're just going to be collecting mint and seal box, this is going to definitely stand out on your shelf. So because obviously it's windowless and he's in robot mode, we've got the alternate mode on the front, we've got the full robot on that side, and then we've got the chest and bust there, and then of course we've got the Legacy Evolution but slightly changed. It looks a little bit more cartoony, to be honest, deco on the side, and we can already see, and to be honest with this mold it's no surprise he's going to take 16 steps to transform. So what I meant by that is, during the War for Cybertron trilogy, this figure became what's commonly known in the fandom as the new Seeker mold. Now what that means is, I'm sure you can pretty much guess, but if you can't, the Seeker molds obviously get used and used and used over and over and over again because they are so many different characters. Now when we first started getting Sideswipe figures way back just in Generation 1, obviously they reused the mold to make Red Alert, but during the Kingdom trilogy we had 2 or 3 at least versions of each of them. We had Deep Cover, Tiger Track and everyone else, and as you can see that looks beautiful. So what I need to do is set him free and come right back to you. Okay, so I've set him free from the packaging, and again, just absolute wow. He looks like he's fallen straight out of a global hypercolor, which is a clothing brand in the 90s advertisement. This is spectacular. The color scheme is so crazy. I was lucky enough to be a child of the 80s and a teenager in the early 90s, and this is exactly it. You know, he just needs a set of Bermuda shorts. This is the colors. This is unbelievably what people were wearing with their acid tops and all that sort of thing. So this is, yeah, I'm really made up with this. What a great color scheme. Let's have a look at it. It really does pop. I mean, I'm hoping that the camera's doing this some justice, because it's crazy. I've just looked at that there. Is that broken or is that missed? I can't, that's it. Of course it's not. It was just looked like it had been the way it was out of the packaging. So for those of you who've never seen this mold and you're new to collecting, the head has full articulation. It does go up and down. The shoulders will spin all the way around. They'll go out to the side. You've got a swivel underneath. You've got a bicep flexion. You don't have a wrist swivel because of the transformation process. You do have a waist swivel. The legs will kick full 180 degrees, so halfway up to all the way back as well. You've also then got a big knee bend. You've also got an ankle tilt and rock. Absolutely spectacular. The accessories we've got is the missile launcher or the rocket launcher, which separates, and he's actually got a blaster as well, which is brilliant. The instructions are these. Mine are a little bit folded up unfortunately, but there you go. I mean, I'm sure you'd agree this is stunning. I'm going to be doing the transformation process as a tutorial video, and we're going to come right back and have a look at him in his alternate mode. So there you go, he's in his alternate mode. Quick apologies for no transformation process on this video. Main reason is to keep the length of the video down, and the second is because I've uploaded it as a tutorial for anybody who wants to use it. But again, we are very accustomed to this mold. This has jumped straight into the lead as my favorite use of this. I liked Deep Cover, I like the color scheme on him. I did like Tiger Track, but this has jumped so far in front. It is crazy. Look at it. It's so good. It's ridiculous. For those of you who collect Studio Series, it's about the same size. This one's obviously just a little wider, but he's of course that little bit flatter. With regards to some of the other Legacy Evolution figures, I've still got Legacy Animated Prowl in bike mode. So again, they're all about the same sort of dimensions, really. You know, the cool thing about this figure is you've got 5mm ports on the roof and on the side. So you've got a choice of the way to do this, to be honest. You can as well, if I remember. Oh no, maybe more so, excuse me, when he's in the other mode. You could break all these right down. You could put the gun in the roof, You can put the missile stroke rocket launcher on the side of the car. Oh, I've just knocked that out. There's a few different things that you can do with this, to be fair. And either way, I've got to confess that I never, even if I was going to display any of these in an alternate mode, I just wouldn't do it. I don't really like the way it looks. I think it ruins the overall aesthetics of it. However, saying that, I'm sure Bot Bender could come up with something great and make this still look spectacular. But for me, I'd rather just put no accessories on it. You could also combine the accessories. So what I mean by that is you can pop that in the roof. You can then attach this via that port on the back. And there you go, you've got like a twin rocket launcher. But I'm sure you'd agree, it just doesn't need it. It really doesn't need it. The translucent window, I don't mind. I like the translucent window. I like the fact you can't see too much in there. I love the fact you've got the silver trims and the blue tyres around it. I just think, as I say, it just really works. With regard to some other figure size, there's a G1 gears. What else have I got lying around? I've got a world's smallest Takara Starscream, just to give you a bit of an idea. But to be honest, I think the main comparisons are going to come again now when we come back with him in his robot mode. So we're back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and yeah, let's put his accessories in his hands, etc. So what you can do, I think you can do this. Will it fit in? It's a bit loose, but I was just wondering if you could get all of the accessories. This has got two ways to be held. It can either be put on the side of his shoulder via the tab, like a side mounted rocket launcher if you wanted. Oh, I've just dropped that out. Or if you have a look on the top of the shoulders, you've got these square cutouts, so you can go more G1-esque and pop, or G2-esque rather, and pop that in there above. Let me get that to stick in, that's better. Then of course you can put the blaster, oops, I keep dropping everything out, in either hand. And because you've still got the 5mm ports anywhere and everywhere, you can literally just start attaching things. Like I've got a Seeker's gun just at hand. You could put both of them on each side if you wanted to. Again, you can take anything that's got a 5mm port and pop it in. To be honest, I think that is the way that I'm going to be displaying him. So let's bring in quite a few comparisons then. So let's go with original owner of the mold, which I just can't see where I've put. There we go. So that's the one from Siege, and this is the one that started it all. We've then got an actual G2 release. That one's, I think it's an Earthrise box set, to be honest. Or is it a normal? No, it might be a Siege one. Either way, it's in on the box set. That's the original G2 sideswipe there, though. And of course, this just was a redeco of G1 sideswipe. Right, let's just move him out of the way. But you can see the homage straight away to that. It's so clever. I'm going to keep him there, and I'm going to move him out of the way, because before we go to the crazy colours, there's the other G2 figure that we've got before the Toxitron lineup came out. And then before we go into the Toxitron toy lineup, for those of you who collect third party, I've got New Age, Megatron and Optimus, so you can see that he towers way above them, because again, these are classed as legend scale. I've got a Magic Square Trailbreaker, and then I've got some really small Doctor Wu figures as well, which just don't scale with these, oops, at all. Let's get rid of them, and let's bring in some of the other figures just which are out at the moment, just to give you an idea of how big a deluxe he is. There you go. So again, your average sort of size deluxe figure. Right, so I know I've got the rest to do, and I haven't unboxed them all before this, unfortunately, but this is what we've got going on so far. So we've got Toxitron collection starting to build. As I do each of these, you're going to be able to see them all. Obviously the collection will grow as I'm doing it, but there you go, that's the ones we've got so far. That's where I'm going to end this video, because again, it's a mold that we've seen loads of times. Transformation process, if you're new to the channel or new to the mold, is separately uploaded. Hope you enjoyed looking at him, guys. This is going to be a real good collection. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.